Hi guys, it's me, Ollie again. We are reading Your Devotion / Your Sex Reader, Book 2. We're going to go to where we were at 64 and go over the recap before we are going to read 65. I'm pretty sure we just went on a walk with Jason, went back, and we hanged out with Norman and the others for a little bit. That's what I've read. I think that's what happened. If I'm wrong, please correct me, because honestly, I just skimmed over that. Hey, there we go. Alright, we are now on chapter 65. Shut it. That I am, Eulalie laughed, letting Jason drag you into a bear hug and whirl you around like a child. It is Saturday, isn't it? It's Saturday? It's a Saturday? It's a Saturday? I can't believe it. You're here. You're actually here. I am indeed, you smiled in amusement, wrapping your arms around the hockey mask killer and happily returning the embrace. I will never break my promise. Missed you so much. Oh, I missed you too, you warmly replied, resting your head against his chest and relaxing for a moment or two. After all, wasn't that why you were there? To unwind? So when are you coming back? Norman interrupted fiercely, trying to intercept and regain your attention in any way that he possibly can. Home? Well, you hesitated with a nervous expression, pausing for a split second, so you could pull away from Jason and answer properly. I'm not sure, probably between 4:30 and whenever she wants. Jason joined in occultly, clenching his fist and glaring at the other male. So leave her alone now. Hey, I was just asking, Norman angrily snapped back, tears of hate prickling at the edge of his eyes while he started to lose control. God, why do you always act like such a jerk? Outraged, Jason growled furiously. The Crystal Lake killer growing hurt by Norman's offensive insult and deciding to take it personally. You're the jerk here, he shouted viciously, both males behaving stubborn and childish. No, you are! Must they always act in such a uncivilized manner? Hannibal spoke with an aspirated sigh, shaking his head before facing you a few seconds later. My apologies, dearest. I'm certain this all be over soon. Believe me, I'm used to it, you responded sarcastically, rolling your eyes after watching Jason and Norman continue to fight. Oh my, do they always act like this? Pennywise wondered mischievously, losing his jealous mind for a minute whilst he enjoyed the argument. It's incredibly funny. No, they do not, you firmly answered, deciding to step in and stop them both. And how exactly were you going to do that? By doing it yourself. So after a few seconds, shut it, you yelled at them with your own aggravation, causing both Norman and Jason to widen their eyes. Why, I'm sorry, Now then, you carried on calmly, standing between them and keeping your composure. Back to what we were discussing. I'll most likely return home early this evening, somewhere between 4:30 and 5:30. Is this because you're mad at me? Norman worriedly whimpered, looking like he was horrified by his previous actions. Did I upset you before? No, you reassured him soothingly, shooting him a softened smile to stop him from panicking any further. You didn't upset me before. I'm simply choosing a time to return, and that is all. That's when I'll be returning home. That sounds fairly reasonable, Hannibal gently agreed, standing by your side so he could plant a surprisingly sweet kiss on top of your hand. Very well, then. I hope you enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you. I hope the rest of your day goes well too, he remarked shyly, deciding to give him an affectionate hug before he walked away. To your surprise, Hannibal tenderly smiled, returning your embrace while also pressing his lips delicately against yours. Try not to act too cute, my dear. It'll make me miss you even more, he lovingly murmured, his words causing your cheeks to glow a light shade of pink. I'll try my best. No promises, though. You playfully teased, breaking away from Hannibal so you could hug the others. But I'll miss you, Norman sobbed hysterically, throwing his arms around your waist so he could hold you closer. So why do you have to go? This is just so unfair. I'll be back within 5-ish hours, you comforted the dark-haired male kindly, compassion flowing from your tone as you hugged him back as well. Remember what I told you earlier. Think up those activities. But everything will be fine, you soothed Norman a second time, pushing your finger up against his lips and shushing him. You'll see. Fine, he sulkily huffed, letting you go and stepping back. But you'd better come back soon. Why did that make me stutter? But you'd better come back soon. I give you my word, you vowed in a friendly fashion, flashing him another smile before turning towards Michael next. But the silent stalker didn't even hesitate, the mute male yanking you into a overly obsessive hug by the waist and using his other hand to stroke his fingers possessively through your hair. Then he reluctantly moved away, taking out his trusty notepad and deciding to sternly scribble something down. I don't think staying here is a very good idea. I don't think Voorhees can protect you. I'd much rather you stay with us, stay with me. I can protect you far better than that pathetic child. I know I can. Come on, please. I've already made my decision, you refused apologetically, turning down Michael's desperate proposition and attempting to act assertive. I'm staying at Camp Crystal Lake this afternoon, and nothing is going to change my mind. So, I hope you four have a good rest of your day. I'm done. Y'all, I don't know what that says. And I do not want to pronounce that. Hannibal elegantly replied, bidding you farewell with the utmost respect and departing shortly afterwards. Guess I'll be seeing you around then, sugar. Pennywise shrugged, carelessly vanishing into thin air and leaving you alone without letting you reply. Wait, hold on a second, you called with a concern, holding your hand ahead of you and grasping at nothing. You don't even know why you held your hand out. You just felt faintly bad, like you'd upset him somehow. But you did your best to brush his behavior off, saying goodbye to Norman and Michael before they left too. After that, you spun around to face Jason, his gaze gleaming with excitement, as he grabbed your hand and gave it a squeeze. So, Jason, what would you like to do? Let's go take a walk around the lake. He brightly bursted out, his tone overflowing with enthusiasm once he'd answer you. All right, you giggled, smiling at his adorable attitude and energetic eagerness. Sounds like fun to me. Chapter 66. Let's keep walking. Thrilled by your response, Jason tugged you by the hand, both of you heading in the direction of the lake, and leaving the camp entrance behind. His bubbly behavior felt almost elevating, his heart-warming frame of mind cheering you right up while he confidently walked besides you. Not to mention how heavenly the lake looked. What with the sun shimmering against the water and brightening up the camp's ground in general. Spending your Saturday with Jason, it was turning out to be tremendously refreshing. You didn't even need to do anything in particular. No activities, no plans, no nothing. Just holding hands and continuing to wander around. I can see why you like protecting Crystal Lake so much, you mentioned with a mellow voice, looking around the lake before complimenting the area. It's beautiful. All of a sudden, Jason stopped, your comment causing the childlike killer to curl his arms around you and pull you into a tight hug. Thank you, he mumbled gratefully, his mask as face hidden with the top of your hair. Thank you so much. Oh no, please don't grow upset. Hugging back, you wrapped your arms around his body in return and tried your best to stop the sudden tears that pricked at the edges of his eyes. All I meant was, no one ever appreciates Camp Crystal Lake, Jason explained in a hurt tone, his hold on you tightening while he treasured your previous phrase. No one except you. Well, that's a good thing then, isn't it? You shyly pointed out, attempting to cheer him up. Maybe I'm the first, but it's good that I admire and marvel at said scenery, right? Mm-hmm. The childlike male agreed, cutely pulling away slightly so he could nod enthusiastically. Mm-hmm. Best thing that's ever happened to this place. I don't know about that, but hey, anytime, you breezily laughed, feeling amused when Jason held you by the waist and whirled you around like a little kid would. I was just telling the truth. It truly is a wonderful place. It's better with you in it, he told you affectionately, his reply causing your heart to melt and pink to paint your cheeks. You're too sweet. Before you could finish your words, your phone rang, causing you to bite your lip and dig it out of your pocket. I'm sorry. Worry your mind if I picked this up real quick? I kind of forgot to silence it. Fine, Jason grumbled in a clingy tone, watching you answer the call and hold it next to your ear curiously. Hello? Who is this? You answered. Oh my god, not this kid again! We all know who it is! I already know who it is. It's fucking Ghostface. But you never heard that from me. Hello? Who is this? You answered quizzically, not recognizing said phone number before frowning. Wait, could it be? Hello again. The previously blocked person piped up a second time, their tone forcing your thoughts to flood with fear and start to panic. How have you been? Look, what on earth do you want? You huffed coldly, clutching your phone and trying your best to stay calm. Listen, I don't have time for you right now. I have other engagements, so I'm sorry, but Wait, don't hang up on me, the unknown voice quietly requested, his attitude and personality the same as last night. With the alarm, you abruptly hang up regardless, now feeling incredibly insecure and frightened by the random person's sudden words. Jeez Louise, you muttered with embarrassment. Humiliation clouding your cheeks whilst you began to tuck away your phone. Can people take a hint, especially since I'm busy? And ringing yet again, your phone swiftly called, the same unknown number signaling you to answer. Sighing, you finally decided to deal with said person, growing steadily uneasy after they told you not to hang up. I told you not to hang up on me. The menacingly mentioned acting. They They menacingly mentioned acting strangely pissed off and provoked by your rude behavior. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry, okay? You apologize awkwardly, wanting to hurry and get back to Jason. You just happened to freak me out, and all I wanted to do was to return to what I was doing in the first place, all right? What are you doing? They casually wondered, changing the conversation into a personal question instead. I'm taking a walk with a friend. You trailed off, uncertainly, becoming nervous and trying to stop said person from finding out where you were. How about you? I want to know why you're glossing over the truth, the guy on the phone replied, in an offhand manner. His response striking you as a really creepy and super sinister tone. What are you talking about? You stammered anxiously, stuttering a bit due to sudden stress and unhappiness. I'm taking a walk right now. I'm not sure how much clearer I can make that. Why don't you start by telling me that you're trespassing in Camp Crystal Lake along with the infamous Jason Voorhees, bitch! Along with the infamous Jason Voorhees, the psychotic creep carried on, your eyes widening with shock, while your heart pounded. How did you whispered in horror, staring at the grassy ground with fright as you kept on grasping your phone. How did you know about that? Maybe because I've been watching you since this morning, they told you emotionlessly, not caring about how scary they sounded after they answered you. I'm sorry, what do you want? You shakily asked, not understanding why they wanted to mess with you or what they wished from in particular. I'm not the number you were looking for. This is the wrong number. You've had your fun now. This isn't funny anymore. What do you even have to gain from this? To talk. The voice responded in an indifferent fashion, their tone switching to a firmer and sterner one. I want to talk to you, and you specifically. Well, dial someone else for that, okay? I've had enough. That's just too creepy for me. Shuddering, you hang up one more time, feeling a tiny bit bad and a teeny bit revealed. Thank fuck. Who was that? Jason asked in an adorable manner, cutely tilting his head while he also calming you down a bit. Well, just some weirdo, you mumbled out unsurely, letting the Crystal Lake killer wrap his arms around you. And that's why, hold up, that's why Myers was like, he can't protect you, I can't. Because he knew he was following you. He knew. Oh, he knew. Not me dancing in my room right now. You mumbled out unsurely, letting the Crystal Lake killer wrap his arms around you and pull you back into a childlike cuddle. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Are you sure? Are you okay? He worried over you frantically, behaving overprotective and defensive. Yeah, relaxing, you nuzzled into his chest and grasped his shoulders, doing your best to enjoy your time. I'm fine. Just ignore them. Jason soothingly comforted, resting his head on top of yours and acting like his usual considerate self. It's probably just Kruger pulling a fast one on you or something. You think so? You sighed in despair, shaking your head and thinking back to the previous call. Could it really be Freddy just messing around? Were the unwanted admirers really just the dream demon toying with your emotions? God, just what was going on here? This was becoming more and more frustrating, especially since they said, don't hang up. Come on. The Crystal Lake Killer spoke sympathetically, breaking apart from you so that he could hold your hand and give you it another sweet squeeze. Oh my god! I'm sorry, we all know exactly what's gonna happen here. We're gonna get in an argument with someone. Chapter 26. Dyslexia really hit hard on that one. Chapter 60. Chapter 67. Twisted Talk. As more and more minutes ticked by, you and Jason spent more and more time together, your stress trickling away while you slowly forgot about the phone guy, silencing your cell phone before fully focusing on your partner instead. You hadn't completely stopped worrying about them, but at least the hockey mask killer was calming you down to some degree. Well, relatively speaking, at least he hadn't stressed you out or scared you yet. Eventually, you glanced up at the sky, noticing the time and realizing the promise you made to the others. Though, just to be sure, you opened your phone and double-checked, panicking when you saw that you had over 100 missed calls from the same unknown number. Jesus Christ, can they not take a hint? What's wrong? Jason wondered with concern, tilting his head and acting confused by your sudden change of behavior. Just that same stupid number. They've been spamming my phone repeatedly, and from the looks of things, they've been leaving voicemails too, he pointed out unhappily, now feeling incredibly insecure and unsure. They're acting like jerks, he darkly insulted, clenching his fist before stamping his foot. I think that means stomping? I don't know. You're not wrong. Hey, mind walking me over to the entrance? I'd feel kind of lonely walking by myself. You anxiously replied, showing him the time via your phone and having him dip his head in agreement. I'll miss you, Jason huffed under his breath sulkily, holding your hand tight with his left before squeezing it. You'll see me again on Tuesday? You reminded him gently. You'll see me again on Tuesday, you reminded him gently, giving his hand a delicate clasp in return and trying to cheer him up. So it'll all work out, I promise. Before Jason could respond, your phone quietly rang, causing you to snap and answer it without a second. Listen, asshole, I'm 2 seconds away from calling the police. You understand me? Wyan, is everything all right? A familiar voice greeted curiously, forcing you to grow humiliated and ashamed of yourself. Oh, crap, Billy? Billy! Anyway, so we already heard from Billy, okay? But still got something to say. Wait, that makes 8. Oh my God. 8 killers? I'm just gonna sit my bitch ass back down. Billy, oh God, I'm so sorry. You awkwardly exclaimed, guilt flowing from your voice as you quickly apologized. I didn't mean to lash out at you, I swear. Damn it. I am so embarrassed right now. I was just checking up on you, since the stalking accident. Billy pleasantly explained, sounding slightly amused by your panicking. You were just acting so stressed out and on edge last time we spoke. Seems my hunches were correct. Something on your mind? Not particularly, you mumbled timidly, starting to walk towards the entrance with Jason and wondering how to fix this embarrassing situation. I'm sorry, I seem so hostile. Some random creep has been messing with me recently and calling me with this unknown number. You never heard that. Nobody burped. Shh. It's been freaking me out. Oh, want to talk about it? Billy kindly offered, and the dark-haired male giving you the option to vent. After all, I'm always listening. Billy kindly offered, the dark-haired male giving you the option to vent. After all, I'm always listening. Excuse me? You stammered slightly. You stumbled over your response, not expecting him to sound so weird. I just meant that I'm mostly always free to call and chat, that's all. He told you lightly, his tone sounding unusual sheepish. Hope I didn't say a phrase that too weird. Shit, I probably should have texted before any of this. No, you meant well. I just fumbling over your words. You took a deep breath in before breathing back out, collecting your composure while you struggled to regain control. I just acted a little bit too nervous by mistake. Hey, don't sweat it. Billy brushed it off in a friendly fashion, clearly trying his hardest to show compassion and be supportive. Hell, if I was still in your situation, I'd be a tiny bit agitated too. Oh! Y'all, it's him. Oh. I would have thought it would be sort of different for you. He mused thoughtfully, thinking back to how casual and chill both boys seem. All things considered. And just what is that supposed to mean? You know exactly what I mean, boy. He mischievously quizzed, your reply making you feel like you just struck a sore spot somehow. I just meant that you guys seem so strong-willed. That's all. That you could face anything that came your way. You complimented dramatically, praying that your remarks sounded kind to him. Good save. Bitch! Billy chuckled playfully, clearly entertained by the conversation you were both having. Well, anyway, I was wondering if you'd like to hang out with us this afternoon. You know, unwind because of the whole unwanted admirers bullshit. Oh, that's really sweet of you, but hesitating, you flashed a tense glance to Jason, the hockey masked male, narrowing his eyes in return as he clutched his trusty machete. Damn! I already have other plans, but for this afternoon, so I'm sorry, but that's all. That's all good. No worries, he calmly responded, brushing off your rejection like it was nothing. Mind if I ask what you're up to, though? No. Nah. Sleeping, dealing with Freddy, you know. 45 bears? Wish. Trailing off, you internally panicked, frantically grasping at straws while Jason walked you to the Camp Crystal Lakes exit. I was just spending some quality time with a friend, you know, taking a walk with someone to relax. Oh, so you're simply spending time with someone else instead? Billy commented, carefully picking up on your words and what you were saying specifically. It is the overprotective boyfriend you brought up a couple of days ago. Be a shame if they look away or hogged any more of your so-called freedom. Now, wouldn't it? Especially since you've worked so hard to keep everybody happy. You know, keep everybody perfectly content and all that. Oh! Motherfucker! This motherfucker! What are you saying? You blurted out in shocked manner. Your behavior making Jason look at you with bewilderment. I mean, it's not that, really. I'm enjoying some quality time with another friend. It may not be Rose, Amber, Cadence, or Laura. Heck, they won't know who I'm spending time with, but honestly, this Saturday I'm just relaxing. It's not an overprotective boyfriend? But didn't you say back at the university that you dealt with one of those? Billy reminded you again with curiosity, causing you to remember how previous the conversation between you both. What, afraid we won't like you or something? No, that's not really what... That's really not what I meant. So then mind filling us in on the problem, I mean? Well, there's no problem per se. Overprotective boyfriend? What on earth would you think that? What on earth would make you think that? Oh, no reason really. I just find it hard to believe that a pretty girl like you is single. That's all. And besides, an overprotective boyfriend would explain the whole no male friends thing. Yes, my boyfriend is really, really protective of me. It can almost be a little annoying sometimes, you know? Damn. Those, how do you read this? Damn, it sounds it. Those relationships can be rather toxic, though. So if you need any support, it's fine. I'm fine. Thank you, but I appreciate it. Well, it is that, but it's actually a lot more complex. Trying to be somewhat truthful, you attempted to answer him correctly, staring down at the side of Crystal Lake as you continued speaking on the phone and walking with Jason. Are they talking up that much of your time? Are they taking that much of your time? What? He kind of right, though. I mean, we lost our Sundays a little bit ago, didn't we? We really lost our Sundays a little bit ago. We were like, Sundays, yoink, bitch. We can't even get proper sleep. And now we're having to deal with a clown from Derry. And a child that kind of cries all the time. Yes. Okay, wait, where is I? Are they taking up that much of your time? I can tell you're sort of stressed out right now. Billy spoke with a sincere sympathy, a genuine comfort flowing from his tone, while he tried to sound understanding. If you need someone to speak to, Stu's also here. Want to say hello to Stu? Oh, sure, I'd be happy to. Yo, what's up, Wyan? Been a while. Stu's voice suddenly drifted through the phone, growing surprisingly happy as you and him exchanged greetings. Haven't heard from you since Thursday. Yeah, it's good to hear, but from the two of you, he warmly remarked, reaching the camp entrance before deciding to end the call. Sorry, I can't hang out with you both or keep chatting, but I'm afraid I had to cut our conversation short. Hopefully you have a relaxing rest of your Saturday. Understandable. Speak to you soon. Once you said goodbye, you ended the call, pocketing your phone while you held hands with Jason straight afterwards. All right, we are in chapter 68, ready to go. It's not that you didn't want to hang out with Billy or Stu, but you promised the others that you'd be back home by early evening. And there was nothing you could do about it, especially since you spotted Michael and Pennywise waiting at the Crystal Lake entrance. Bow! That's all I gotta say. Especially since you spotted Michael and Pennywise waiting at the Crystal Lake entrance, clearly wanting to escort you back home. Though that was really strange, however, was that Norman, Hannibal, and Freddy weren't around to assist you. Perhaps they were busy? That was oddly unusual. How strange. Oh well, the important thing was that you had fun hanging out with Jason, and that at least the other two were there to walk you. Anyways, and that at least the other two were there to walk you home. So after delicately kissing Jason on the cheek, you gave him a cheerful wave, a warm glow radiating your heart as you allowed the other two slashes to engulf you in an endearing hug of their own. Then Michael wrote over obsessive response, the pale-faced stalker notepad being not only selfish but unstable to you. I missed you. Are you ready to go home now? I missed you guys too, you shyly responded, wrapping your arms around the silent male's body while also dipping your head as a nod. I certainly hope that you guys haven't been causing each other any more trouble, though. Sorry, sweetie, but no promises there, Pennywise wickedly hummed, pulling you away from Michael so that he could hug you too into a snuggle too. I'm afraid that it's just in my nature to rile others up and give them a hard time. Boy, shut your bitches up! Penny, you sighed in despair, shaking your head, partly from aggression and partly from annoyance. Are you kidding me? What? The killer clown cooed innocently, his taunting and teasing causing you to simply roll your eyes. I'm not giving you humans a hard time, just to be mean, you know, but if the world decides to be cruel to me, then I'll be cruel in return. Bitch, who the fuck is being cruel in this moment? Shut your bitch ass up. My bad. You started it. Cruel in return, you echoed with widening eyes, not understanding where Pennywise's unexpected lie stemmed from. I don't get it. Where did all of this sudden hatred towards humanity swiftly come from? Oh, it's nothing personal, cutie, Penny purred devilishly with his possessive fuck! I'm hanging myself tonight. I can't even. One. His possessive personality causing Jason to glare coldly at him and hold his machete out. It's just in all the time that I've known you, I haven't really gotten the chance to spend any time with you yet, you know? Hey, that can change, you quickly reassured him, hugging Pennywise back and trying to pacify the slasher. But for now, let's just get the unwanted admirers under control and head back home. It's just getting sort of late, don't you think? And I'm feeling sort of uneasy about the entire situation. Stop making Ryan feel so uncomfortable. Jason snapped defensively, shoving Pennywise away from you and acting overprotective. Damn, son! Oh, you really don't want to mess with me, little boy. Little boy! Now, listen here, young guy. Okay, you millennial old little bit. That motherfucker's millions of years old, bro. Trillions of years old. Zillions year old. Oh, you really don't want to mess with me, little boy. Pennywise jeered with a mocking tone, lunging forward and slamming Jason into the camp's nearest welcome sign. You're the one who's probably been making her feel so uncomfortable all freaking day, too, may I add. That's all I gotta say to that. Let him fight. Actually, Wine's been having more fun with me than she could possibly have with you. Jason angrily hissed, slicing back at Pennywise with his machete and therefore making your anxiety rise. I think you're both guilty of making Wine feel so uncomfortable, so stop it now, Michael wrote with hostility, holding the notepad up so the both of the arguing males could see. How on earth is this my fault? Jason bitterly growled, feeling attacked and hurt by Michael's comment. Well, it certainly ain't mine. Pennywise, shut your bitches up! Pennywise shrugged, uncaringly, flashing him a smug smirk while plainly trying to stir up trouble. So why don't you go ahead and... Okay, you interrupted with a forced laugh, pressing the palm of your hands against their chest and forcefully stopping the two of them from fighting. Let's just forget about this silly argument and focus on the present for the time being. All right, please. I suppose I can do that. I don't really want to stick around this masked freak anymore anyways. Penny mused with a tinge of mischief, taking a step or two backwards, after he watched you interject. Do you want to die? Jason snarled back at him spitefully, raising his weapon towards the clown without any warning. Not particularly. Not particularly, Pennywise answered in a dark amusement, his sly voice and careless expression causing you to grow stressed. After all, it wasn't really in my to-do list. Know what I mean, kid? After all, it's not really in my to-do list. Know what I mean, kiddo? Anyway, you hurriedly exclaimed, clenching your fist and demanding at least some of self-control from them or composure. I think I'd like to return home now, or at the very least be escorted back. Is that so much to ask for? I am going to have to walk through the forest by myself. Am I going to have to walk through the forest myself? Before either Pennywise or Jason could respond, Michael shook his head, enraged by your threatening question, as he gripped your wrist and yanked you closer towards him, your words unexpectedly setting him off. Don't even joke about that, as if I'd ever let you walk through the forest by yourself. You are far too precious. I'd never place your life in such... How did he write this so fast? In such peril. Oh, peril. You're going home now. If those two want to argue about your safety, then that's their problem. But it's getting late, so come on. I understand, you spoke stressfully, letting the silent stalker pull you into an overprotective hug of his own. It is growing rather late, so thanks for the fun afternoon, Jason. Come back soon, okay? With a begging tone, Jason threw you a pleading gaze, the hockey-masked male acting desperate while his angry glance melted. You have my word, you promised warmly, raising your hand before waving back at him in return. Just remember to take it easy. I will. Love you, Jason told you, cutely, giving you an affectionate wave back and calming down. Love you too, you sweetly remarked, his adorable attitude causing you to relax also. So just take care. Ready to go, sweet cheeks? Penny pressed forcefully, ignoring both Jason and Michael while he awaited your response. You gently agreed, doing your best to keep the three of them happy. All at the same time. See you Tuesday, Jason. And with that, you walked away from camp, Crystal Lake's main entrance, holding not only Pennywise's hand, but Michael's too. All right, this is the last chapter I'm reading, I think. Chapter 69. Chaotic complications. We're going to take a gulp of tea and get through this. Anyways, damn, son. Giving their hands a light-hearted squeeze, each a sorrowful sigh suddenly slipping through your lips. Realizing that both Pennywise and Michael wouldn't understand why you felt so strongly downcast and dejected. You felt bad that you had to say goodbye to Jason so soon. He was probably feeling so alone. Still, though, you could always see him back on Tuesday, couldn't you? This wouldn't be the last time now, wouldn't it? Your anxiety quickly rose, now questioning if this really was the same time you'd ever see Hannibal, Norman, and or Freddy again. Would Pennywise or Michael really stop you from spending time with people? Had you somehow messed this up after all? Oh, thank goodness. Shit. Wyan, you're really back. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna shoot myself after this. Fuck the free world. Man, fuck the police. That's literally that better be my last words. Oh my god. Fuck the police. Wyan. What the fuck? Why did I read that with no emotion? Wyan, you're back. You're really back. A familiar voice exclaimed excitedly. Somebody sprinting towards you while they flung their arms around your waist and cuddled into your chest with the utmost of joy. Oh, thank goodness. Did something happen? You asked with a concern, wrapping your arms around Norman and trying your best to gain some sort of information from him. Did something happen while I was gone? I missed you so much, Norman dramatically wailed, hugging you. Anyways, hugging you as tightly as he possibly could. The others have been driving me crazy. Oh, you wouldn't believe the amount of bullying they gave. Bullying? You quoted in surprise, not understanding his words. Once you embrace him back, you approach the main house. I don't get it. Did something happen between you five after I visited Jason? Well, the dark-haired male stammered, shyly appreciating your unusual compassion and consideration. I just really missed you. That's all. You were gone for so long, and I love you so much. Oh, I missed you as well. Flashing him a faint smile in return, you attempted to sympathize with him, worried over his mental state and overall stress levels. So it's good to see you. How are you feeling? Much better now that you're here, he cheerily cried out, his mood switching from of heartache to one of happiness. Thank you. I'm so happy that you've returned. Geez, Louise, can't you stay calm for 1 second? She's right there, you know. Pushing him instantly to the side, Pennywise grasped you by the wrist and pulled you closer towards him instead, throwing Norman a resentful look rather than behave in a civilized fashion. Penny, please, he sighed with slight annoyance, realizing that Norman's and the others' current irritation due to the uncalled for jealousy. I think that I'd rather just head inside now. You, Norman, and Michael can argue all you want. Wait, Wyan! Norman panicked, clutching your left arm with both his hands and tugging you backwards. You can't, not yet. Bitch, what is going on inside? It sounds like Hannibal cooking some meat. Bro, I remember the day that we figured out that Hannibal was a fucking cannibal, and we were like sitting over the toilet puking for fucking hours. We were like, what'd you make for dinner last night? Meat. No, what kind of meat? He's a cannibal, you know? Nope. We said, oh, hell no. Wait, Wyan! Norman panicked. Wait, Wyan! Norman panicked, clutching your... Okay, yeah. You can't! Not yet! Look, if this is about each other, then I don't want to hear about it, okay? Speaking with fierce frustration, you forced your arm free and faced them as sternly as you possibly could, becoming more and more aggravated. No, it's not. Norman bursted out tearfully, clasping both of your hands together before the edges of his eyes filled with tears. I swear to you, that's not it. What's going on? Purposefully, softening the tone of your voice. You placed the palms of your hand over his and looked into his worried eyes, noticing how upset he seemed and how alarmed he'd grown. Come on, you can tell me. I promise I won't judge. It's not just the others are jealous. It's not just about the others' jealousy before. Wyan, Norman mumbled guilty, glancing back down at the ground and acting as though he'd suddenly committed some sort of crime. Believe me, I wish it was. Bitch! He killed a bitch! I need a drink. I'll be right back, guys. You guys miss me? Then surely, whatever's going on, it can't be that bad. You replied firmly, stopping yourself from using sarcasm and deciding to enter through the front door on your own. I'm sure it'll be fine. But Wyan, he called out after you, his hurt voice echoing through the front hallway with nothing but the utmost of pain. They're discussing something important, something in the living room. Something important, you slowly repeated, taken aback by Norman's words. Well, oh my God, we're about to go eavesdrop. Something important, you slowly repeated, taken aback by Norman's words, while you let the frantic slasher hurriedly catch up and prevent you from entering its said living space. Oh yeah, like what? I mean, it's nothing that you'd be particularly interested in. Norman stammered with embarrassment. Humiliation cloud. Oh no, I know exactly what they're discussing. Oh, I think I do. They're either discussing the phone call, something we don't want to know about, murder. Norman stammered with embarrassment, humiliation clouding his cheeks, while he glanced away from you for a split second. Still, even if I were to class it as boring or uninterested, I should probably take this specific thing into account. You mewed aloud, thoughtfully, shifting from foot to foot before hugging your arms and feeling shy all of a sudden. Perhaps I should... Well, look... Would you look who's home? Another well-known voice dropped out devilishly. A familiar green-eyed male leaning against the wall as he sent you a flirtatious gaze straight afterwards. Fucking finally, princess. Bitch! Fucking finally, princess. Now that's a warm welcome. You dryly responded, your sarcastic attitude causing you to eventually roll your eyes and brush past him. And a welcome home to you, too. Daw, must you always act so cold towards moi? I'm sorry. The sharp, air-tongued dream demon complained. I have not heard that in a while. Dream demon. Oh, fuck. Oh, they're back. It's already 6:02? There's a fly on my desk. Bitch, yeah, I called you out. Duh, you always act so cold towards moi. The sharp-tongued dream demon complained sarcastically, curling his arms around your waist from behind and tugging you into his chest before resting his head atop your shoulder. I haven't even done anything to you, at least not yet. Are you serious? With a raise of your eyebrows, you shook your head and smiled, used to his devilish tricks, while you watched his emerald green eyes glint evilly. I'd be stupid if I didn't keep my eyes on you. Stupid might be a little bit strong, Freddie murmured, with a heavy manner, acting unexpectedly angelic as he carried on cuddling you from behind. Do you think so, sweets? I don't think the word serves you quite enough justice, actually, you muttered under your breath in dark amusement. So why don't you start by explaining what you were discussing back over there, Why the fuck do you care? Damn! Why the fuck do you care? Shrugging uncaringly, Freddie started to act arrogantly, the burnt killer clearly not caring about what he'd previously been conversing over with the others. It's not like it had anything to do with you. In fact, in all honesty, inconsiderate as usual, Kruger, Hannibal offhandedly interjected, stepping out into the hallway once he'd seen you standing there. Must you always ruin Ryan's respectful conversations with your insistent insults and malicious mockery? It's no big deal, you worriedly decided, silently begging for no more fights between the group of slashers. After all, it was just Freddy being Freddy, and the information I was curious about was probably something you guys wanted to keep private anyway. And then you intentionally abuse Wyan's kind-hearted amount of empathy by purposely deciding to let her cover her tracks. How disgraceful, the psychiatrist sighed. Shut the fuck up! Deliberately reeling the other slashers up and therefore provoking the disobedient dream demon. We should just agree to disagree. Besides, was there something else you five wanted to talk about with me? You curiously probed, wondering if you should actually inquire about said question. After all, Norman told me that you guys were discussing something important. Is that true? Was there something you guys needed to tell me as soon as I got back? Not particularly, Hannibal commented with a warm smile, stepping towards you before placing both his hands on either side of your waist. But if you'd like to hear about what we were previously discussing, then I certainly won't prevent you from doing so. No, you can't. Ryan, you can't. You mustn't. Bro, you guys better not be talking about what I think you guys were talking about. Okay. Norman shrieked in a horrified tone, pushing past Freddy and shoving Hannibal to the side. You don't need to, I promise. Oh, why's that? You pressed with a puzzled expression, your curiosity increasing while you frowned at Norman and at Norman's distress. Why don't I need to? Should I be worried? It's not that, ignoring Norman and his childish sobs. Hannibal faced you directly, now holding you by your hands, and as he politely smiled, it's just slightly more complicated. So please allow me to explain. Well, we're gonna leave that off on a cliffhanger, I guess. That was chapter 69. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah. That was a pretty good video. What is going to be said? Until next time.